All right, so this is it, 1965 International Scout 80. I'll take you through a walkthrough of it. Let's start here just at the front. This is the 8,000 pound Ramsey PTO driven winch, in and out lever, or free spool and engaged lever. That's about that. There are Mickey Thompson MTZ tires on it, probably about 90% life on them, really good tread. 265, 75, 16s, roughly a 32 tire. It has the disc brake conversion on it. See the pads down there. Let's see, there's no, look at the original rockers, floor pans on it. Yeah, they're not rusted out, nice and solid. Let's see, the body's rhino lined. It's not perfect, the rhino lining or the body. If you look at the body, there's some small, I think you can see a small dent, small little dent right there. But overall, it looks pretty good. The rhino lining, there's, like I said, it's not perfect. It does have some kind of rough spots in it. You can see there's one, and some like that. Let's see, the top was rhino lined before. That's kind of what gave me the idea to rhino line the body. And it has some rough spots as well, and you can kind of see there's one, and over here on this corner here, there's a spot too. Top has a rack up top. It's let's see, I think, oh yeah, right here on this bottom corner you can see it's kind of bent in. I didn't know that was honestly, you can't really tell. I didn't even know it was bent in for the longest time until I was looking on the other side and kind of noticed it came down a little bit. So that's there. Let's see, what else do I got here? Let's open it up, look inside. There's the gauge set, speedometer works. Over here there's fuel, oil, temperature gauge. Now the temperature gauge usually runs a little bit high. I don't have the correct sensor in the intake manifold, so when the temperature gauge says it's running around 270, then the engine's running about 195, so it needs a different sensor there. Let's see, this is a USB charger, works there. Then down here, that speaker there is for a CB radio. Let's see, this is for the transmission. This is to control the front axle in and out, and this is the transfer case low and high gear. This is to control the PTO, and then this is just a little thing that was made, to keep coffee or whatever in. There's a cigarette lighter there that works. The heater does work. The defrost and heat, I just put a new heater core in it as well. Let's see. There's the wiper, an electronic wiper that was put in instead of the old vacuum ones. Seat belts are new all the way around. All four of the seat belts are new. Back seat was reupholstered. Let me go over on the other side and talk some more about it over there. Oh, here's the fuel tank control, left and right side. I usually use the left side because the right side, when you're filling it up, it needs a vent put into that tank, so it doesn't take the fuel very well. You have to put it in super slow, otherwise it kind of wants to come back out. And so this tank was added afterwards, but it needs a vent to put in the top. The seats, they're from a Volkswagen Turbo. They kind of slide forward, like you can see. Makes it easy to get into the back. Those are wheel cylinders, the rear wheel cylinders in this leak. So that's something that would need to be taken care of. Let's see. There's a fire nearby, so there's some ash on the seat here. Let's see, what else? Let me, I guess, start it up for you. This window works great. The driver's side window kind of hangs up a little bit. You have to pull on it out a little bit to get it to go up. I'm just trying to tell you everything wrong with this thing that I know of, mainly. Let me open the hood and start it up for you. Also, this the top here, when it rains, there's it drips here. So I mean, it needs a new seal between the windshield and the top. The top comes off pretty easy. A couple bolts. I think there's 4 bolts, and then in the top there's a few too, and that'll come off. Here's the engine, Optima battery. The alternator is a 1-wire alternator, so as soon as the engine's running, it's putting out 14 volts, 12-volt system. The radiator's out of a Ford Mustang V8. It almost fit in here perfect. Somebody said that you can upgrade it by doing that, so I did. It's got the Carter carburetor on it. It's got the dual reservoir front and rear brakes on there, so if you lose the front brakes, you still have rear, so it's a safety thing, so I had done that. I was going to put power steering on it, so I have the pump kind of mounted. It's not perfect. If somebody was going to try to put power steering on it, they could take it off and do something else, or keep going forward with that. You can see there's the steering gearbox, and there's the winch over there. Let me start it up for you. Now sometimes the starter it'll grind, so I think it needs a new starter. I don't know. I was gonna put one in it, but it was a couple $100, so I didn't mess with that. But it's intermittent. Let's see what happens here. You can hear the fuel pump. See if I can get the starter to do it. No, not yet. There it is. It's intermittent. It'll do that intermittently. So that's one thing. Let me. Hear it run. It's the engine's out of a 196 Scout 2, so it has a little bit more get up. It's bored out 30 over 2. So the old engines from the 80s only came stock with 86 horsepower, and so it was a little bit underpowered for this heavy of a vehicle. But it runs good. Let me see here. Let me climb under it too and give you some underneath shots of this thing. So here, it's dirty underneath, but there's 2 fuel filters, one from each tank to the valve. I'm guessing this thing was originally painted like a green color. You can see it. It has some surface rust, but like I said, it's the original floor pans. They've never been replaced. Let's see here. See if I can get there's the front axle, engine, oil filter, slave cylinder. Here, see if I'll turn the camera and get a few shots underneath of it. Overall, very, very little rust on it. I mean, there's some surface rust, but nothing, no cancer. The shocks were replaced not long ago. They're dirty, but they're new. There's the fuel pump, Holley fuel pump. The rear wheel cylinders, like I said, those need to be replaced. I'm just kind of done with this project at this point. Let's see. So it's got dirt and stuff on it, but it's not rusty. Let me climb on the other side. Show you the other side too. Oh, we call it Doug. That's his name. Over here. Sorry. There's the exhaust, comes up, runs out. Pretty small exhaust. Frame, transmission, back, forward. And then the original floor pans that are in really good shape, solid. So that's about it. If there's any questions, you can give me a text or a call. My cell phone number, or actually, why don't you just email? Just go ahead and email back or message in the for this video if it's something you're interested in. And that's about it. All right, have a nice day. Thank you.